Guys, today I'm going to show you two different speed-based RTA comps people are using. One centers around Bernard and Wallian, and then the other one involves the Water Chimera. Let's take a look. Quickest intro ever, getting right to the battle. So like I said, the first one involves Wallian and Bernard with the Kaki. Wallian got a buff around a year ago, I want to say. Her third skill now increases the attack gauge. She also has a speed lead, right? She has speed lead and increase the attack gauge and attack power. So you can put her on Swift, and she basically works as a speed lead plus a Megan or Bass. It comes in with the Light Chun-Li attack power buff and speed buff. She does damage based on speed, and then the Kaki's gonna do just he's got some damage that's based on his attack power, and then he also has some damage that's based on his additional damage that's based on defense, basically. So it just comes in and cleaves everything. They banned the Lucian, but it wasn't enough to get through the Light Sky Dancer. Light Sky Dancer! Dark Sky Dancer! Light Chun-Li. Speaking of the Light Sky Dancer, they actually picked one in here. That was not intended, but they actually wound up picking one in here. So bans the 33 speed lead and bans the Light Sky Dancer over there. So outspeeds, this is basically a match of whoever's faster wins, right? Has enough damage here. These things are not going to be ruined super duper tanky. They're going to be ruined a little bit tanky if they can manage it. And then he just comes in with the Kaki and absolutely deletes. Do you guys, I love these matches. It's like, it's so fast. It's so easy. You don't, I mean, there's RNG involved sometimes if the things crit, if the things don't crit, you know, based on what kind of passes the enemy has, the ragdolls and things like that. But I mean, the ragdoll's not really a problem for Kaki, but generally, yeah, fast, easy matches. Next one, basically the same comp, aside from the fact that they have a Shimitay for a second speed lead in there, bans the Tianlang, leaves the ragdoll in, bans the Kaki, right? So the ragdoll's passive still going to come into effect. Is that going to give the entire enemy team turns, or are they just going to absolutely delete? Nope, they didn't even cut in. Didn't even cut in. He just absolutely destroyed with the Shimitay and the Light Chun-Li, two 4-star units, absolutely destroyed all of those Nat 5s, right? So now he's just trying to play catch-up. He's trying to get those. I mean, he is actually playing catch-up, but this Bernard's going to be able to do a decent amount of damage against that Molong. Didn't kill the Molong. There's no defense break or anything, but didn't kill the Molong. He still does have sustain, though. He still does have the heal on Wallian's skill 3. So I think that he still cycles so many turns on this, unless the Oki starts violent procking. Never. Actually, I thought that was going to kill, but it didn't. I thought that was going to kill, though. I don't know about you guys, but I love seeing these fast 4-star teams just demolishing. I say fast 4-star teams. There's literally an LD5 on the, and you could almost argue that the Light Chun-Li is also an LD5, right? So bans the Light Chun-Li, the biggest source of damage, although they still have two big damage dealers on the team. And then they ban the Leo, because Leo was going to nerf a lot of that damage. Leo was going to nerf everything that does damage based on speed, right? Leo's a fantastic counter to Beast Riders as well. So comes in and just basically two-shots the entire team. Like, no Lucian ignore defense or anything. But, yeah, there we go. And then he's, I mean, it's 4v2. Diana can still do Diana things. So the rest of this match, you're just seeing how many Diana things Diana actually does. Right? By the way, this Fire Bison, if you guys haven't been paying too much attention to, that's really not doing that much damage. But that's so fast. That's really like the damage is nerfed from that unit based on how fast the player actually has it, right? So, Fire Bison's been used a lot this season. Just FYI if you guys haven't been paying attention. Additional turn Diana things. I mean, if you had the light String Master, then I would say that this is going to be a really nice. Actually, that Kaki is going to do a decent amount of damage, though. Yeah, Kaki just has to Blade Slaughter. That's not going to take out the Fire Bison, but it's going to do a decent amount of damage against him, right? And then you have one heal against no heals, so. So now he's fighting against the C3. So the reason that this happens is generally if the C3 is on a win streak, is usually why they'll get matched up with someone that's much higher rank, or if they can't find opponents, but maybe a combination of the two of them, right? So leaves the Lucian in. This is game already, because Lucian's going to do so much damage even without the attack power buff that that's basically GG. Next match, different person. Remember how I said some of them are going to be Wallian and Bernard, some of them are going to be Water Chimera. So this one is Water Chimera. So they have two different speed leads. They have two different swift units that are strippers. They have two different units that defense break. And then the Water Chimera is coming in and doing the big damage. So strips everything, actually. Scroll Trap on Molly which means that's basically already game at this point. So you got attack buff, speed buff, defense break. I mean, they resisted with the Annabelle, but yeah, that didn't do. I mean, I was expecting a little bit more damage from that, but basically it's 4-on-2 right now, and as soon as it's 4-on-2, you basically won the game. Usually. Next one, basically the same comp, goes in for two speed leads, 2 strippers, 2 defense breakers, and then the water chimera after that. So let's see, do they get the strips? Do they get the or do they get the strips, and are they able to kill things, right? Because remember, the water chimera, the first target is going to be a freeze, and then the other targets are going to get attack gauge decreased. So let's see what he actually gets. So he cuts in, he does divine wind. Can he actually kill through this? He cannot kill. He gets an additional turn, so that's a violent chimera. I wasn't expecting I was expecting like a rage chimera, to be honest, but violent is not bad. I'm just saying I really was expecting actually a rage one. So, and this is, again, these are G3 players. You could see they have the wings, that the lightning wings, right? They have the guardian wing. Well, not G3 players. They're guardian players. Just this season, the numbers, I mean, 1950 is like still C3. Next match, opponent picks the Fire Art Master out from under them, so they have to use a different strip here now. They go for the Triton, so 2 speed leads, Triton instead of the Art Master. Unfortunately, Triton has the attack gauge pushback, which is nice, but unfortunately doesn't have the attack power buff and speed buff, so there's not going to be any attack power buff, speed buff for the Chimera to do extra damage with. So, goes for the strip and the silence. Vertiheal didn't get silence, not that it really matters, because it's Vertiheal, right? Vertiheal is just going to do Vertiheal things regardless. But that silence was very crucial. So I'm sure he gets the defense breaks on most of this stuff. He's got element either neutral or advantage, gets another turn, and basically wins the game there. The Water Chimera was not going to do that much damage. After that, he had element disadvantage against 2 of those units, and he doesn't have the attack power buff, speed buff that the Fire Art Master was going to do for him. Remember, the Fire Art Master does so much stuff, though. He does so much stuff. He's a great combo unit for either the Water Chimera, other Chimeras in general, the Wind one, Poseidon as well, like Chun-Li, that we just saw. Next match, opponent picks the Water Striker out from under them, so they can't use that. So they have to use another stripper. Do they pick Triton, or do they go? They go for a Chibu. Chibu's got element advantage over everything on the opponent's side, and he also has a speed lead. So they have 2 speed leads. They have 1 strip still in there. They had the 2 strips, but now they only have 1. Doesn't get the CC on the Chibu, which is kind of nice, right? So gets the strip, gets the attack gauge pushback on the Kaki, and then goes for all those debuffs and the crush. Doesn't kill anything, gets the Squall. The Vanessa's silence. So the Vanessa passive actually doesn't activate when it's silenced. That may be news to some of you. It kind of threw us off guard, some of us, when it first started happening, when they first changed the passive. But yeah, if you silence Vanessa's passive won't come into play. Now people are gonna be like, oh, really? Okay, now I know. Food for thought. Silence Vanessa passive doesn't activate. There you go. Alright guys, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. I love seeing those speed cleaves, man. The speed cleaves, not only the speed cleaves, but the speed cleaves with things that you wouldn't normally expect, that you don't usually see in the teams. Like, for example, the Water Chimera, the Wallian, the Bernard, things like that. Not that they're bad units in those comps. They make sense in the comps. They're things that do damage based on speed. They're things that buff speed, buff attack power, speed leads, etc., etc. Just we don't usually see them every day. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you as always in the next one.